I'm really delighted to stay on at Team Bath this year. It's been such a great opportunity to come back. You know, this is my 4th season, and to work with the calibre of athletes and staff has just been wonderful, and I'm really looking forward to building on this season and, you know, bringing a few little changes in, whether it's players or personnel, and yeah, just hopefully building that legacy that we have.
I think it's incredibly good news that Anna will be remaining at Team Bath next year. I've known Anna for a very, very long time, and she's a really great coach and a good people person. In my opinion, that's, you know, exactly the right ingredients to be in this type of, you know, high performance environment. So I think she is a huge asset, and whilst you'll probably be feeling a little bit lonely without Jess by her side, I think she's going to do an absolutely amazing job, and she's still so young and there's still so much for her, I think, to achieve within netball, so I'm really looking forward to seeing her continue.
It's so good to hear that Anna's going to stay again. It's good for the team that's building, and I think it's been a really exciting season, and I think we're going to go off the back of this season and do some really good stuff in the next few years and hope to get into that final. So it's great that Anna's still continuing with us, and she's one of the best coaches I've ever worked with, and I would say probably the best coach that's still out there. So it's great to still have her back here and being able to learn and strive off the energy and the enthusiasm that she gives off the court and on. As everyone sees, she's jumping up and down, cheering, so I can't wait to start another season with her.
I think in terms of Team Bath, there is such a strong culture, and it's not just about a winning culture, it's about having strong values and strong behaviours and behaving in a way which we're really proud of, and I think that's what the girls have demonstrated, not only this season but over, you know, so many years. Lynn Gunston came in and really instilled those strong values and beliefs in us and ensured that we really looked after the environment. We made sure that we were kind of borrowing the dress, and actually when we returned the dress it was in a better place, and I think that's what we see week in, week out. The way in which the girls engage with the fans, for me, and the community is just inspirational, and I think you should never lose sight of that, because those are the guys that come and support you and get behind the squad and the team, and actually you kind of not only play for the dress and the club, but you play for your fans. What's impressed me most about this year's performances is the real grit and determination that we've demonstrated at those key times, and I think, you know, in terms of winning games by only 1 or 2 goals, that for me is a massive step change. In previous years it might have been the other way. I think we've shown real resilience. And like I said, the word grit really comes to mind. We've learned to grind out wins. We've won lots of different ways, and I think, you know, people like Kim Kamain and Serena, Guthie coming back into this environment has really led the way with that. And I think, you know, people like Rachel Shaw, that's been sort of our unsung hero, has really developed her game mentally. She's physically so able, but she's really put the harder yards in terms of demonstrating that she can see out games, that she can thrive under that type of pressure. And I think that's just one example in the team that, you know, we've taken those steps forward, and I'd like to see us build on that. In the semi-final we were up against a really experienced Thunder side. If you look at the age and stage of those guys across the board in terms of their career, you know, it was very experienced, and I think that showed at key moments in our semi-final, whereas if you look at, say, 3 of our starting 7, the likes of Summer, Imogen and Sophie, you know, all under 22, that they're already better players from having had that experience in that moment, in that semi-final. So for me, building on those experiences, learning from not only the wins but the losses, and taking that into next year and driving us forward in terms of what it will take to win ultimately that final position, because ultimately we want to be champions.